Welcome to the Live Your Dreams podcast with Maurice McKissick, where success leaves clues and someone has your answer. Today we're going to be talking about the stories we tell ourselves. As always, I'm going to start with the quote. I missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. That was Michael Jordan. I don't think you expected that. The key to success and the key to living your dreams is really about failing. Are you willing to fail? That's one of the things I had to learn when it comes to living your dreams is being comfortable failing. And unfortunately, when I started this path, I didn't know that was the key. Let me define a word for you that helped me out. This word is inadequate. Inadequate means lacking the quality or quantity required. Unable to deal with a situation in your life. Now think about that. Inadequate. I tell myself that often. Hey, today I'm feeling inadequate. And I did secure, just a side note, I secured my wife for episode 6. She'll be on for episode 6 because we're going to dig into mental health. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a licensed therapist. So again, I'm just very transparent. And my wife is going to come on episode 6 to be very transparent, talking about mental health. She's a big proponent of that. But let's go back to inadequate, okay? Inadequate was a word that I learned how to use regarding myself. Now, if you look at the definition, it says unable to deal with the situation. Now, that's fixable. You can fix that. So even though you may be feeling inadequate, and I'm comfortable saying I feel inadequate, I've learned how to fix my inadequacies. It's 3 ways that I've learned how to fix. And if you try these ways, it may help you. Now, I know it helped me, but it may help you. These are just suggestions. These are just tips to help you live your dreams. The first one was comparison. I've learned that I cannot compare myself with other people. Comparing myself with other people puts me in a very miserable state. Because first and foremost, I took that trip. I went to see the Wizard of Oz. Okay, the Wizard of Oz does not exist. He's wearing a mask, or she's wearing a mask. So if I'm comparing myself with someone else, I'm comparing myself with someone who's wearing a mask. I live with myself every day. I know me. I know my flaws. I know my strengths. I know my opportunities. But when I compare myself with others, I'm not getting the full story. I could only be seeing their strengths. So if I'm trying to compare myself with someone else, that puts me in a miserable spot. To live my dreams, I can't live my life miserable. I just can't. It doesn't work for me. I like being in a very peak performance state. But I can't be in a peak performance state if I'm comparing myself with others. Let me give you a story. This happened to me, I think I was 17 years old. House Party came out in 1990, which was a really good movie. But it was a scene in a house party where, the guy was drunk and they leaned him up against the door and he fell in the door when they opened the door. So that scenario happened to me. It happened with a house party and my friends thought it was a joke. They did the same thing. We were having, I'm drunk, okay? So they picked me up, they took me to my grandma's house on Harris Place. So they knocked on the door, thinking it was a joke. My grandmother opened the door and I fell in the door. I woke up, she called my mom. My mom then, when my father died, she moved to District Heights on Elmhurst Street. So they called my mom, this is before cell phones. She came to pick me up. I found myself in Greater Southeast Hospital. I woke up with IVs in me. And again, I realized this is the comparison piece. I was looking at Yo MTV Raps the next day, true story. And I never forget, it was this rapper who was promoting this thing, that we were drinking. And they opened his refrigerator. And I saw in his refrigerator, all he had was spring water, bottled waters. And I said to myself, hold on, he ain't even drinking this stuff. Why am I killing myself? Why am I drinking this? And he ain't even drinking it. right? That comparison gets you in a position where you don't want to be. Don't compare yourself to other people, because I assure you, what they are portraying is not the truth. Okay? You're with yourself every day. You know you. You know your life. Okay? Run your race. If you stay in your lane and run your race, you can live your dreams. If you try to compare yourself with other people, you can't do it, because you're not getting the full story of someone else's life. You're only getting the full story of your life because you're with you all day. I'm with me all day, so I know my flaws. I know everything. Don't compare yourself to other people. Another thing, work ethic. Work ethic has helped me big time. Now, this is the story that I tell myself, okay? I know for a fact, it is guaranteed, someone could be smarter than me, someone could have more advantages than me, but I know for a fact they cannot outwork me. I know for a fact, I am convinced 100% that no one can outwork me. I mean, I will literally work until, I fall out. Because again, I just know no one can outwork me. The work ethic has to be that you have to have a strong work ethic to live your dreams. I mean, you have to be the one committed. You have to be the first one up, the last one to go to sleep. Now, I get my rest. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm working 24 hours a day. I'm not. Really, I don't work as much as I could. But I know if when it comes to work ethic, I'm going to be the committed one. I'm going to be the one there. I mean, from sun up to sundown, getting it done. I'll be the one with the award for the committed one, because I know the work ethic is very important. It served me well. Now, if you look at this, if you look at work ethic, let's look at that word we talked about. Unable to deal with situations or life, right? And we're talking about work ethic now. Now, think of the stories we tell ourselves. Now, you already heard the quote where it said, hey, he failed more than anyone, and we consider him the GOAT. Let's take another example. You have so many individuals, and let's use sports again as an analogy, right? You have individuals who can shoot better than others. It's not an accident that individuals can perform better than others. It is a work ethic that they have that's allowing them to be able to operate on a level better than other people. So if for some reason someone could shoot better than the other, I assure you they were in the gym longer than the other person. It's not a secret. Success leaves clues, right? Someone has your answer. If you want to be better at a situation in life, all you have to do is develop that work ethic and you'll get better. Someone has your answer. Someone has dealt with the situation or problem that you had. Someone has dealt with it before. So the work ethic piece is something that can overcome the inadequacies, right? Because we all have inadequacies. But the work ethic helps you overcome these inadequacies so that you can live your dreams. These are the stories that we tell ourselves that can overcome the inadequacies that you feel. The key to this is always remember this. Again, Jim Rohn said it best. Don't look for less problems. Just ask to become better or work to become better to deal with the problems that you have. Don't ask for a better win. Learn how to be a better or set a better sail to deal with that win. You can't control the win. You can't control how many problems you have. Life is unpredictable. Okay? And I always say I have more problems than anyone. But again, I work hard to deal with the problems that I have so that I can move on, because I know I am 100% assured that another problem is coming right behind that one. So I work hard to deal with my issues and don't let them linger, because I know another one's coming. It's just like, imagine you got a catcher's mitt. Someone throw a ball. You catch the ball. You need to put that one down, because I assure you that catcher's mitt has to be ready for the next one. Okay? Another thing that helps me is the stories we tell ourselves, right? And just before we were getting ready to do this, I was just dealing with a situation. You know, someone was saying about support. Hey, no one supports. Think of it like this. You know, I grew up where people said, hey, crabs in a barrel. Always think of it like this. Change your mindset. Crabs don't belong in a barrel. Okay? Think about it. Crabs belong in the ocean or wherever in whatever body of water they belong in. They need to be spread out, right? If a crab is in a barrel where they don't belong, right, they're going to be gasping for air. It's survival mode. You have to place yourself in an environment where you're not in this survival mode. You have to place yourself in an environment where you can flourish, where you could dream dreams and your dreams could come true. And it's possible. You can do that. Okay? Crabs don't belong in a barrel. Okay? One quick analogy that I did. I remember I told Tia, my wife, I was going to make a certain amount of money, right? And she said, "You're going to make that much money," right? Like in disbelief, right? And then after a while, my work ethic improved. She came to me like, "You're going to make that much money." Now, I could have took that several ways. I could have said, well, hey, nobody believes in me, right? Everybody's against me. But no, you can't do that. It's ownership. You have to take complete ownership. Now, if I didn't show her the behavior or work ethic to achieve that amount, of course she's not going to believe in me. So it's not her, it's me. I have displayed a lackluster performance in which it does not demonstrate or correlate with me making that income. But after the behavior and the work ethic improved, it showed that I would make that income. So now she's a believer. I've been in several situations where I pitched ideas or gave someone some information and they didn't believe it. I didn't take it personal. What it did, I took complete ownership. I did not provide the work ethic to show them that I can do it. Take a movie producer, okay? A certain movie producer never made a movie before. And they come to you and say, hey, can you help me? I'm trying to produce this movie. Can you donate or can you invest? And you say, no, you didn't show me anything that you could produce a movie. Why would I give you my hard-earned money to invest? Now, if this filmmaker was to make 10 hit movies, and then they come to you and say, hey, I'm looking for some investors to help me with this next movie, you'd be like, sure, why not? Why wouldn't I? Right? Because they show you the work ethic to say, hey, please invest. You would definitely invest. It's almost like a sure thing, although there are no sure things. It's almost like a sure thing because they show you the work ethic. So what I would tell you would help me, I changed my mindset. I stopped being a victim. I stopped saying, hey, nobody is supporting me. I put my head down. I went to work. And if you do that, you can live your dreams. No one's out to get you. You know, people do support you, right? But support yourself. Support yourself with the work ethic to show people how good you are. Because if you do that, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. Les Brown said that making my first million was easy. Convincing myself that I can do it was the hard part. It's all up here. If you can convince yourself to do and live your dreams, you can do it. But the hard part is convincing yourself that you can do it. Because there's a lot of ways you can take excuses. You can say, okay, it's this, it's that. But again, look in the mirror because your answer relies on you. And if you can believe that, you can change your life, you can change your circumstance, you can change the opportunities that come your way. It's you. Once I realized that and took complete ownership of my life, my development, my life took off. Because it has no other choice. Because again, I have that work ethic. So again, one of the things I would tell you, again, just to recap, comparison. Don't compare yourself with other people. So let's recap. We're talking about comparison. Don't compare yourself with other people. 2, work ethic. Work on having a strong work ethic. It's you. Okay? Develop that muscle memory so that you could be successful and live your dreams. And 3, okay? I would say 3 is this. If you're looking at a fireplace Okay? Don't ask the fireplace for heat. Put the logs in the fireplace, and then it will provide the heat. It's not the opposite way. You have to put the logs in the fireplace, and then the fireplace will give you heat. So let's close. And as always, I'm going to close with a quote. I live my life by quotes. All right. So, never forget where we came from. And always praise the bridges that carried us over. That was Fannie Lou Hamer. All right. And if you like what you heard today, please subscribe. Oh, let me tell you a funny story. Okay, talk about support. And this is a true story. When I was in college, I went to UDC, but I would go up to Howard a lot to, attend a lot of their, I guess trainings or a lot. They used to always have these things you can pay like $10 to go hear someone speak or whatever it may be. But I remember it was a health seminar that I went to, and it was a doctor. He had a young child. Said, "Hey, the young child's not doing well. Hey, we need somebody to support the child and donate. We need someone to donate blood." Said, "Who would help? Who would help?" Everybody raised their hand. "Yeah, I'll help." And at the end, he said, "Okay, well, if you're going to help, we got the doctors here. We go ahead and draw the blood now." Believe it or not, and I was one of those. I didn't get my blood drawn. It was weird. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't do it. And it dawned on me, like, why do we not take action? So I'm asking you, if you really enjoyed it, if you support, subscribe. It only takes a minute. Subscribe, like, share. Okay? If you could do that for me, I would appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you, and yes, I do mean you, living your dreams. Peace.